And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Dicing with Death. I'm your host, Neil Koipu Erickson.
And I am the current DM, Ryan Hobgoblin Huffschmid, about to bash in Neil's brains for falling asleep on the job. So you
really don't
found
know
this
what
cave,
Mm-hmm.
wandered in, gave it a cursory look, and decided to wait on the floor for an hour or so. You're a little sleep deprived, so you dozed off, and you awaken to see Papa coming home. What's your perception? Do you have any bonuses to surprise checks as a result?
No, my perception is 9. Elves don't get any bonuses to these things. I know perception is not a normal stat, but
I
elves
think
get
we already
weird
went through this. I don't remember. If it would, we would have done it during character creation.
Elves get some cool racial bonuses that are like the equivalent of move silently outside. Maybe they have some surprise. No, 90% resistance to sleep and charm. An elf can gain a bonus to surprise opponents, but only if the elf is not in metal armor. Even then, the elf must be either alone or with a party comprised of only elves or halflings, also not in metal armor, or 90 feet away or more from his party to gain the bonus. If he fulfills these conditions, he moves so silently his opponents suffer -4 to the surprise dice rolls. If the elf must open a door or a screen to attack, the penalty is reduced to -2. And for vision, I can detect secret doors and shit. No bonuses to surprise. To not being surprised. And my perception is 9. My
Okay.
surprise is just a 0.
All right. All right. You are not surprised, and you stumble to your feet as this creature walks in the door. It's about 7+ feet tall.
Jesus.
It's sort of dim light, so you can't quite see, but sort of a pale greenish skin, thick and muscular, and covered with sort of coarse red-brown hair, wearing some sort of armor.
I backpedal and throw my hands in the
yeah.
air like I just don't care.
It notices you pretty much as soon as you notice it, and it's sort of turned and is sort of sniffing at you and hunches over. It's sort of got a squished snout.
I'm looking for Gregum. Gregum.
Okay. It sort of walks towards you and is sniffing. In its hand is a large, crude but sinister-looking battle axe.
Oh God.
Okay. What's a Gregum?
The man. There's a man from town that's went missing. I followed his footprints or someone's footprints to this cave. The house on the hill.
He sort of points to the back of the cave.
I start edging towards it, like keeping an eye on him and walking behind him.
All right. You keep an eye on him. Are you on your feet or are you?
I'm on my feet. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're backpedaling towards where he pointed, and you step on something squishy.
I look
and
down.
You look down to see a human leg. And
is
your heart
it
skips
unattached, or is it?
It is attached to a body, wearing plain red robes, laying apparently unconscious on the ground.
Oh God. Well, I guess he's not around anymore. I'll just be leaving now. I say, and I start like circling around to the front of the cave.
He steps and blocks pretty much all of the doorway. He's got one hand on his hip and the axe in the other hand. He's not moving aggressively towards you, but is sort of just staring you down.
Hey. So,
what are you doing in my house?
I was looking for this guy. But I found him now, so I can just go. I'll see you later.
You want him?
No, not like this. He's all yours.
He's for sale.
How much?
What's he worth?
Well, I have a whole bunch of silver coins back in town that I could go get to pay you for him.
Pay now.
Well, I'm afraid I
Pay
don't have
now
any
or pay
coins.
with blood.
Okay, well, I have a few silver coins on me right now, and I dip into my bag and pull out my 7 silver coins. How about 7 silver?
Worth way more than that. Other masters pay way more than that just to poke him.
To poke him? What sort of poking are they doing?
Me not here.
Great.
He takes a step forward as he pulls out the silver.
Um, how about and I empty out like 5 gold coins into my hand. How about 5 gold?
That's more like it. And he points to the pouch where you poured the 5 gold from.
I hold the pouch tightly in my hand, and then I shake it back and forth, like tight enough that hopefully the coins won't rattle. And then I shake, like, no, sorry, it's empty. But here's the gold that I have.
Roll a charisma check.
D20 plus 10. 17. Ouch.
Ooh. 17.
Yeah.
You see the gears turning, and he nods and says, "Okay, gold, silver, get him out of my house."
I hand him the gold and silver at
Okay.
extreme
So
length.
subtract the 4 gold and the 7 silver from your hand. He snatches them in his left hand
Okay.
and sort of sits on a barrel that's right there and starts to count them.
All right, I grab Gregum by the leg and I start
Okay.
pulling him out.
He's back there. You drag him, weave him through the piles of crap and out the door. This goblinoid figure doesn't give you any trouble. Doesn't seem to notice you. He's too busy chewing on the gold. And
All
you
right.
drag him out the front of the cave.
I drag him out the front of the cave and I try and drag him back to town if I can.
You get maybe a minute or two from the cave and start to get kind of tired and lazy.
Ah, fuck it. I leave him.
Okay.
I walk back to town.
All right. Do you? Okay. All right.
Yeah. I walk back to town.
All right. So you walk a few more minutes and you hear voices in the distance, sort of
I
to the
pick up the
south.
pace, but I don't shout. I just
Okay.
pick up the pace.
Towards the voices.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you sort of divert a little bit. All right. As you get closer, it sounds to be arguing in common, and you realize it's the rest of the party.
I run up to
Possible.
them, kind
Yeah.
of like waving my arms, getting their attention.
They say, "Where'd you disappear to?
I found him.
You found him."
Yes. Unfortunately, he's.
The constable catches up and panting to catch his breath.
I think he might be dead. There was
Right.
a big guy. It's like 7 feet tall. Spoke crudely, kind of goblin looking, sickly green skin, in a cave, and this body was in there.
Goblins in these woods?
A big one, goblinoid. Maybe an ogre. I don't know. I've never seen something like this before.
Okay. So they sort of pick up the pace, leave the constable behind, and follow you. Do you lead them to Dragon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They rush over and take a look at his body.
Yeah.
Do you stand back?
I stand back and I talk to the constable while they're doing this. I'm like, hey,
Catches
see
up.
that cave over there? That's where that's where I found him. There's a big guy in there. He's huge. He's like 7 feet tall, maybe 8 feet tall. Could
He
be
looks a
9.
little nervous. Maybe we should just leave. Maybe we should just focus on Gregum.
He just dragged a person out of your town and killed him. If you leave him alone, he's just going to take more people from your town.
He sort of looks nervously from side to side.
Isn't it your job as the officer of the law to protect your people?
So how's he looking, boys? And he takes a few steps towards Gregum. And the other two farmers seem to be investigating something on his head. The dog is, sort of wandered off.
Yeah. I walk over to see what the thing on his head's all about.
Okay. They're sort of pointing at his temples, and you can see sort of like a bluish dot on either temple. Sort of like a hazy, little bluish circle.
Like he was going to go get a CAT scan?
I don't know that that's what would pop into Qualmir's head, but sure, yeah. It's oddly circular.
Blue?
Yeah, like a pale blue.
Okay. Okay. Um,
And you hear barking.
barking?
From the dog.
I look towards
And one of the farmers stands up and says, "Oh, shit. Booey! Booey!"
What direction is the barking coming from?
The cave.
Fuck. Alright. I walk towards the cave. I jog towards the cave.
Okay. You and the owner of the dog jog towards the cave.
I stop jogging towards the cave.
Okay.
I climb the hill to the top of the cave entrance.
Okay.
But I do not hang down this time.
Okay. Let's get you some tokens. So there's a Qualny the Cunning. Do you have control of that guy?
Oh yeah, I do.
Let's give us a little more space. And find some tokens.
Alright, that's where I am.
Okay. So actually, let's not get you there yet. So you're running from here.
Okay. Is that a dog?
No, that's
The thing.
the thing. Here's Bowie.
Bowie! No, Bowie! Don't die, Bowie!
It's a big Bowie.
Yeah.
Damn it, Bowie. Can I shrink you?
If you drag from the corners while holding Alt, you can resize.
Bowie! Bowie! All right, so you and the one owner run up and see Bowie sort of in a defensive posture, hairs on the back of its neck sticking up, snarling and barking at this creature who's standing in the entrance to the cave.
Hmm. Do we need a roll for initiative, or?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, why don't you? God, I'm trying to find.
Whoops.
Wait, what do I search
210.
for if I just want a man?
Oh, that's the worst. They're so hard to find.
just a dude. I just want a dude.
They're the worst. They're the hardest to find. They're so dumb.
These dudes look so stupid.
Do like farmer or something like that, or a peasant or singer or bard.
This is stupid.
Yeah, I know.
Why don't people name tokens dude? These are ladies? Wow,
Dude
there's
looks like
some
a lady.
butchered dogs. Yeah, sure. All of the dudes are gonna look like ladies. That is the worst. Okay, for now, this is what we're working with.
Okay. Can you give me a little bit more vision? I can only see half
Yeah.
my guy. There we go.
Okay.
Dude looks like a lady.
I'll see if I can find a better token
Alright.
in the meantime.
Initiative is 11. Worst initiative NA.
Okay. Alrighty. And let's do dog and man. Okay. So as you step into view, oh, poor Bowie. The creature takes a step forward and swings his axe at the dog. Ooh.
Bowie? Bowie, don't die, Bowie! You're my favorite NPC!
All right, delivering a hefty blow to the dog. How much HP do doggies have?
You always have the best dog names. If I ever get a dog, I'm going to come to you and ask for a name.
Georgie boy.
Georgie boy, Bowie. Those are great names.
All right, let's go for... It's not a war dog. All right, let's do D8 this one. Oh, okay. Rip Bowie. Bowie had minimum HP.
Oh God, Bowie!
In one blow from the axe. All right, Bowie's owner screams. What was your initiative? Was 11?
Yeah.
All right, and he runs to Bowie's side.
Uh-oh.
He, she, it.
Okay. I'd like to take a half move, 1, 2, 3, above him, up here to the spot.
Okay.
On top, and then since I have my missile weapon fighting style, I can make a full set of attacks with the half movement. So I'd like to throw 3 darts at this guy, and I have back attack, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay. I don't have surprise though, so I won't deal back a stab damage, right? Or are we
backstab?
Are we buffing thieves so they can get backstab even if they don't take the opponent unawares?
Why aren't you above?
Right click on my character and say to front.
Okay. Is it normally in second edition backstab rules have always seemed vague and stupid to me.
You have to be behind them, you have to take them by surprise, they have to be humanoid, and you have to be able to attack their back.
Yeah.
Taking them by surprise I think is a little bullshitty.
Yeah, in later editions they made it like whenever you don't get a dex bonus to your AC.
Right.
Bonus. Sure, yeah, let's go ahead and give back attacks backstab bonus.
Okay, so RD20 plus 5 to hit. 2 for dex, 2 for back attack, 1 for level. 16.
16 will hit.
Nice. Our 2d2, is it?
Yeah.
2d2 at the first. 3 damage.
Okay.
Second attack, because I get 3.
Yep.
Is a 23, natural 18.
Let's only give you backstab on... I don't know. Yeah, they also got rid of these like multiple attacks per round in later editions. Let's only do the backstab on the first one.
Okay.
23 is a hit.
Is it a clear by 3? Or clear by 5, I mean?
Clear by 5. How much damage did you do for? You did 3 damage? Okay.
I did 3 damage. Well, because it's a natural 18.
Oh, it's a natural 18. Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. Yes. That is a crit.
Single crit.
Yep.
Alright, 2d2. 3 more damage. And a save versus death.
Yes. Pass.
Okay. Last attack. 10.
Miss.
Okay.
Okay. The owner is mourning the loss of Bowie as the fat constable and the other guy come in, all of them looking slightly androgynous.
Slightly?
All right. Let's go ahead and roll for initiative.
11. Again. Darts do D2 damage against large creatures, guys. Get your shit together.
Yep, D3, D2.
D3 against small and medium, D2 against large. This guy's 7 feet tall, he's large.
Yes, indeed. I think, what is the weapon speed of a battle axe? Oh, wow, that sucks.
7,
Wait,
right?
battle axe is... Okay,
Yeah.
he's got some sort of axe that deals 2d4 damage, but also keep weapon speed 7. Oh wait, it's war by weapon. All right. Either way, Bowie got it. Bowie got his shit. All right.
And yes, in second edition, you do get your strength damage bonus to thrown weapons
Yep.
because you can throw them harder than a weak person.
All right. So you get your first attack. Still back attack.
Okay. D20 plus 5. But bam, 24.
Another crit.
Single crit.
Single crit. Ooh, and a fail.
Do I get my backstab bonus?
No, I gave it to you the first one, but
Only the very first one? Okay. 2d2 damage, another 3 damage. Our d10 for location, our d6 for severity. Nice!
6. Dem dark crits. All right, critical hit. Piercing versus humanoids. 3 is left leg. So you sink it deeply into his hamstring. Ouch. Leg injured, minor bleeding, 2/3 move.
Yes.
So he clutches his hamstring, turns and snarls at you, and starts to circle to climb the hill, or climb the mountain thing. And he finds himself unable to seem to get a footing with his injured leg. All right. Constable and the other guy sort of keep their distance. Regaining himself from the loss of Bowie, this other townsfolk runs and attempts to punch this large goblinoid creature.
He tries to punch him?
He goes, "You killed Bowie!" Hashtag justice for Bowie. He manages to punch him. Actually, let me go for that attack of opportunity, which is a miss, which is a critical miss. Okay, what a punch! Are they D2?
Something like that. There's yeah.
It's unnecessarily complicated, but yeah. All right. Dem punches. Okay, so he punches the guy in the back, sort of mad and confused and flustered. You get your remaining attacks that round.
All right, they are front-facing attacks now.
I'll give you flank. He's sort of facing that way now.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck it. Let's just do this. So d20 plus 4 for flank. 21. Nice.
It's a hit.
2 damage.
Nice.
And an 8.
Is a miss.
And with my half move that I have, I'm going to back up onto the hill more.
Okay. You lose sight of the action if you do that.
Then I will move, not back
So
up.
you can sort of... Okay. Yeah. So you sort of have to be on the edge of the hill if you want to see. You can see these guys in the distance, but... Okay. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
11. Again. Wow. Wow. All these 11s.
So the townsfolk with the dead dog goes first. And everybody misses. So he misses his punch. The bugbear misses... Sorry, this mysterious creature misses his attack of opportunity. And the constable sort of takes a begrudging step forward, but does not engage in the melee. He's got his cudgel in his hand, though.
Okay.
And you go before the bugbear's actual turn.
D20 plus 4 again. 21.
Do it.
1 damage.
Okay.
I don't
Creature
get my-
It's out a sickening snarl.
I get my rest of my attacks at the end of the turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
And he retreats into the cave, whimpering and limping.
Well, I want to hop down off the top of the cave onto the ground. And
Roll a tumbling check.
32.
Okay, you deftly roll when it matters, when people are watching.
Matters. And I want to use the rest
part
of
your
my
move action. Do you wish to move and enter the cave?
I want to move into the point where I can make an attack against this guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you step into the cave.
Can I get the rest of my
You see
attacks
him
off?
sort of limping back. Yes, you can make your attacks. Actually, hold on. He gets an attack on you first. The moving here is kind of confusing, though. Well, trying to think. No, okay, fine. All right, I won't give him an attack. I mean, he has an unused standard action or an unused attack that round, but he's already taken a move action. I guess he can't exactly lunge towards you. So you're sort of like straddling here in the entrance of the cave.
Right.
Right, and you can sort of throw from a distance, not necessarily to scale. All right, let's put you there. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I was gonna put myself halfway.
You can put yourself. How do you put yourself between squares?
Hold Alt when you move something.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Plus, no flank, no back attack. Just a standard front facing.
Yeah, he's
attack.
facing towards you.
Okay. 5 and last attack 14.
Both misses.
Okay.
Okay. Roll initiative.
10 plus 2, 6. There we go.
Oh, you go first.
Yep.
Are you keeping track of darts that you've thrown? Eyes widen.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
9.
6, 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. Yep. Okay. I will throw my first dart. Do 20 plus 3. 10.
New dice.
And then I will back out of the cave.
Where to?
About here-ish.
Okay. All right. You hear shouting in a guttural language you do not understand from within the cave.
Okay.
And everyone sort of convenes around you. This lady here is mourning, like weeping over Bowie. And the other two are like, well, shit, what do we do now? And they sort of turn to you.
There's just one, and he was wounded in the cave. He was wounded pretty badly. I think if we all run in there, we can take him.
The constable is sweating nervously.
There's 3 of us, one of him. He's already pretty badly wounded. I thought you were the constable of this town, right? Doesn't that mean defending the people? Unless you have another skill to apply. 10.
So no reaction, just...
No.
Yeah, I'm not going in there.
I look at the other 2
the other
guys.
guy says, come on, Garrett. What are you, a coward? The other guy's sort of weeping over Bowie, not really able to do anything.
Are you just going to let him call you a coward like that? Really? You're not going to prove yourself to him? Oh, it looks like your job's going to be open up soon.
And he starts stepping towards the cave.
All right. I'll follow behind him.
All right. Cudgel in hand, he takes a deep breath and waddles into the cave.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even notice this. Penalties to surprise roll. I think you still did fine, but this constable did not. Oh.
Nat
humanity.
20. Nat
so
20.
The constable steps into the cave and an axe just comes careening from sort of the side here,
Mm-hmm.
taking him unawares. Um, yeah, that's not going to do it. So slashing. Abdomen. Okay, not that bad. All right, but the axe catches him in the gut. Not that impressive. Wow. Okay, but his rolls of fat sort of absorb most of the blow.
Excellent.
But he does appear to be winded and surprised. Um, he strikes back, but misses with his cudgel. Sort of bounces harmlessly off of the creature's armor.
Do I have to roll for initiative, or do I get an attack? My other two attacks as
Mm.
well.
Oh no, this is another round.
Okay.
It's
Well
like,
then, do I get attacks
yeah, sure.
then?
You can roll for it. Doesn't actually matter. The guy had the bugbear had a ready action,
Okay.
so he's sort of out of the initiative order. Let's roll it. Yeah, so go ahead
Roll
and
initiative.
no, make your attacks this round, and then we'll roll initiative for the next.
D.
What's the penalty for firing into melee?
None really. It's
None
just kind
really.
of.
I thought there was like a.
Oh, there. Yeah, yeah. So if you're firing into, the only description that it really gives like a full-fledged battle where there's like four people fighting, and then you have a 50 chance.
So two people fighting is in a
So two
battle.
two people fighting, if they're both medium-sized, I have a 50-50 chance of hitting one or the other. If one's large and the other's medium, then I have a 2/3 chance of hitting the large guy, 1/3 chance of hitting this medium guy.
Counts the number of figures. Yada yada. Huh. Yeah, that's stupid. That's for like if you're firing, literally just like.
Firing into melee, just like.
Yeah, whatever. All right, make your roll to hit.
Okay, because this guy's 7 feet tall. The constable's only like 5 something, right? Should be able to throw over, around, above. D20 plus 3. 23, natural 20. Crit.
Crit. Yep.
2d2. 2 damage. Save.
Um, doesn't matter. He slumps to the ground.
All right. I
think
pull out
he passed his save, but
yeah, I pull out a dagger, walk over to him, and just like rip out his throat with it. Just make sure he doesn't live.
sort of looks on in horror, looks down at his like split belly, and
You did a good job, Garrett.
who's there's like fat hanging out of the wound. It's pretty disgusting.
Oh god, I grimace at it. So you should get yourself back to town. Get that stitched up.
Usually Gregum does the stitching.
Well,
All right, and so one of the townsfolk comes over and gives him a shoulder, and you all limp back to town.
I immediately searched the bugbear's body for the gold that I gave him.
You do find 4 gold, 7 silver.
Excellent. I take it back.
And another pouch with
Excellent.
10 gold in it.
More excellent. I leave the pouch, but I take the gold.
Okay.
And now that there's I perceive that there's no threat to me, I would like to more thoroughly search this cave.
The townsfolk are like, "What are you doing? We got to get going."
Why?
Why? His belly's hanging out.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. You don't need me to get him back there. There's plenty of you to do that. I'm gonna search for clues in this cave.
Clues.
Yeah, maybe you can see why this happened.
All right.
I'll meet you guys back at the inn in a few hours.
Okay. So they leave.
Okay. I'll take like an hour to really search the cave. If it takes an hour.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check. Is there anything you're looking for?
No, just whatever catches my interest. Is it 9?
Yeah.
It's 9. 11.
Okay. You I mean, you can let me know if there's anything specific you're looking for, but you're not finding a lot that seems of interest or value. Like I said, it looks like an episode of Hoarders in here. There's just like piles of junk and furniture and garbage, rocks and sticks.
All right, screw this shit, I say, and
Yeah.
I walk out of the cave. Is um, Gregor there?
Everyone has left.
Okay, they dragged his body away then.
It appears so. He's
Okay,
not where you left him. Yeah.
cool. Then I head back to the inn.
Okay. All right. You walk 10, 15 minutes back to town, return to the inn.
Yeah. What's happening at the inn?
Um, there's quite a collection of farmers all gathered around talking. When you walk in, they say, "Here he is,
What, me? Huh?
Qualnir the Goblin Slayer."
Yes, that's me. Qualnir the Slayer.
So they invite you in. You're given drinks and asked to recount tales of your battle.
I recount them, complete with like action throwing.
Lined up my shot. Got the kill shot on his hamstring.
And then I ask if there's a blacksmith in town that can make me some more darts. Or, a weapon dealer in town, arms dealer.
Our blacksmith mostly deals in horseshoes, but
Well,
you can speak with him. He'll probably be in an hour or two.
no, excellent. I'll chat with them then. Otherwise, what's the name of the next town down the road? Altros or something?
Ashenholt Keep is the next. Yeah.
Yeah, I can just head
Pretty
there,
major town.
get some weapons made for me if I need.
Yep.
I can't stay long. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So they're talking about how Gregum woke up, and there's all sorts of how he doesn't remember anything.
He's awake? He's not dead?
They're like, no, you rescued him. He's back at his house now, tending to the constable's belly.
I thought he was dead. Holy shit, I gotta go say hi. And I leave.
All right.
I just assumed he was dead.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it. I jog over to Gregum's house.
Okay. All right. Head a few minutes out of town to Gregum's house. The front door is open.
All right, yeah. I give it a knock as I walk in, being like, "Hello, Gregum."
Back here.
I walk back in. Bum, 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 bum,
Okay.
bum, bum.
You walk behind the divider, and you see the constable splayed out on Gregum's bed, sort of blood all over the place, and Gregum standing over him. He's sort of a stooped man, looks to be maybe in his 50s, balding but clean shaven. He looks a little, you're not sure what he usually looks like, but looks a little sort of foggy and out of it, but it looks like he stitched up the constable all right, nonetheless.
Okay.
And he is not wearing any shoes.
You must be Gregum.
That would be me. I take it that you are the elf that helped to rescue me.
Do you see any other?
I am Gregum. And he sticks a hand out.
Nice to meet you. I meet him and shake his hand. I was hoping you would have a few minutes to chat. Yeah?
Yeah, he'll be out for a while.
The one of the farmers that told me that you are a dabbler in the dark arts.
I wouldn't call them dark.
Well, I explained to him how I came to on the beach not knowing anything and kind of like briefly recap my adventure minus the stealing and sleeping with farmers' daughters. I also don't leave out the part about me getting arrested.
That's very peculiar. Wow, I'm not sure if I have much insight to give you. My recent experience was quite similar. I have really no recollection of the last few days, aside from waking up in the forest um, to a wounded Garrett, and
Hmm. Interesting.
yeah. I mean, were there any questions you had in particular? Or
I
you
was
just
hoping that
seemed amused by your story, but
I was hoping that you would be able to help me identify the cause of this issue. Um, but alas, it seems you will be unable to help. Do you know, are there any witches or warlocks about in these woods that might be able to grant me some more insight to this?
witches and warlocks, eh? I think you've been listening to a few too many fairy tales. But this world is full of strange magics.
I get very serious and I put my hand on his shoulder and be like, and I say, I am from the Elven lands. Witches and warlocks are not fairy tales. I get very
I
serious
think
for a moment and then step back.
I think I'm the closest these woods have to a warlock.
Hmm. 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 Okay. Perhaps I can find answers in Ashenholt then. If you have no further insight at all? What were you doing 4 days ago or 3 days ago, whenever you went disappearing?
Sort of scratches his chin.
'Cause I honestly have no recollection of how I got where I was, or really where I've been pretty much ever.
4 days ago. I mean, the last thing I remember, I was here working on a manuscript, and I went with. Hmm. He seems to be lost in his thoughts.
What manuscript were you working on?
Oh, translating. Um, it's actually a rather interesting collection of classification of various fungi by the great elven herbalist Marquis II.
Really? That's my uncle.
You don't say.
No, I don't. I really don't.
Oh, you don't tell him that?
No, I say I don't.
Okay.
He says you don't say. I say no.
And
No, I
perhaps
don't
you would
say.
find this interesting. And he walks over to his front room and comes back with a big old textbook.
I chuckle and
Sits
say,
down
well,
next to you, starts flipping through pages.
my uncle's work is his own.
These drawings are truly fabulous.
Yeah, he already did have a steady. He always did have a steady hand. Anyway, it seems that you can be of no further assistance to me. I'm glad to have saved your life, and I ask nothing for it in return. I stand there awkwardly for a second or two.
He doesn't seem to catch whatever you're trying to imply.
All right, well, I'm going to be going now. I'll leave town first light, so see you at the inn if you come down. And I head back down there. Okay. Okay.
All right. So you return to the inn.
Yeah, I return to the inn.
Crowd's gathered. They're talking about you, talking about the storm.
Yeah. Are there any pretty young females about?
Going to seduce more of my NPCs.
Yes.
There are a few women with serving wench, and then a few like farmers' daughters types.
Farmers' daughters types are my bread and butter. I would like to regale them with the tales of my bravery.
One troglodyte.
One troglodyte? Oh my god.
Average. It's 113.
I'll take the 13. Take it. I attempt to regale her with the, the, the stories of battling the bugbear and saving Garrett or Gregum. You know, I embellish here, embellish there. Kind of play off. Oh, the constable was terrified because the beast was so mighty and he was struggling to fight it. But I said no. I can easily take him. Blah 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 blah. You know.
Okay. Why don't you roll a charisma check for me?
Come on, big money. 10 charisma? 10 charisma. 20. Exactly.
Maybe with your bonus for recent exploits and excessive handsomeness.
Excessive
She seems
handsomeness.
to be, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
By
Taking the
13,
tradition out.
13 was her attraction level, right? How old is she?
That was her hotness.
Hotness, right?
She is not 13 years old.
All right, she's not 13 years old. Got it. Cool.
I don't know. You have trouble gauging female ages. Do you? I mean, she looks.
No. I just wanted to make sure there
Yeah,
was no
well-
pedophilia going on.
Well, you're probably like 3 times her age. But
Yeah, but it's different. It's cool. It's interracial.
yeah. Do you ask her how old she is, or
Only if it comes up in the course of flirting with her.
no? How old are you? 100. Oh, you're like 5 times her age. 6, maybe.
I'm 120.
Yeah.
Oh. Got a few years on her. Yeah, so I
I love that picture of the troglodyte that someone posted in the chat.
so I do my best to flirt with her and to and then at some point I mentioned that
It's going on.
I'm a little bit
It's still
wounded,
early evening.
and it would be great if I could have someone tend to my wounds. I drop to her. And
He says, "Oh, well, Gregham's is great with that sort of thing. I'm sure he would." be
yeah,
happy to.
Gregham's
No
busy
charge,
with the.
considering you saved his life.
He's busy with the constable. Perhaps you could, take a look at them for me. I'm sure you've patched up cows or pigs.
You're certainly no pig, sir.
Well, flesh is flesh. I'm sure if you could patch a pig up, you could see to my minor wounds. And I get up and invite her back to my inn room to take care of my wounds.
Roll a charisma check. Or yeah, charisma check.
D20 plus 10. 26.
Okay. Her eyes seem to, I don't know, light up as she clicks what's occurring.
Mm-hmm.
She pauses for a second and thinks, and then eventually succumbs to your advances.
Excellent.
All right, I'm done role playing. Let's bring on the Constitution rolls and forget about it.
Okay. Constitution rules?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. D20 plus 8. 23 for first, and 9 for the second one. Which
What
what
was that in? I'm trying to remember what we typically do.
I would like to say it is.
I think that's performance and then fertility.
Yes, that's exactly how it should go.
Okay.
Excellent. Yeah, I just roll over and go to sleep.
Okay. That early in the.
Yeah, dude, I didn't sleep the night before.
Mm-hmm.
No. That's all I have planned for today.
Okay. I hate to bring this up, but she's at a rather unfortunate part of her cycle.
Colnir doesn't care.
Okay. Just thought I'd share that role with you. in this
Thanks.
Chat.
Thanks, buddy. We've successfully
Not
avoided
pleased.
that topic for 15 years of D&D.
What?
All right. So, yeah. Next morning or what? What's the dealio?
Um, sure, yeah. Did you ever actually have her look at your wounds, or was that just
Oh
your?
God, no.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Next morning.
Next morning. Okay. Next morning, I pack my stuff up and I head north to Ashenholt.
All right. So as you leave, or as you're on your way out of town, you hear a voice from behind you saying, "Wait, wait, Qualnir."
I turn. Yes.
You see Gregum sort of hobbling down the road after you, sort of waving.
I wait for him to catch up to me, but I don't head back.
He says, "I didn't connect the dots at first, but you said your name is Qualnir, right?"
It is.
He sort of smiles. He says, "The rumor has it you stole the pearls right off the neck of Sagoth Two Skins." He sort of smiles, and
Who?
her heart along with it.
Who? What?
Sagoth, the beauty of the sea.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, all right. If that is true, I would warn you to be careful. I think that storm is for you. And he sort of
Oh.
gestures to the thunderclouds still raging over the sea.
I, a woman made a storm to chase down the man who stole her pearls.
I don't know if she made the storm.
I don't understand. Is this some sort of witch? Can she help us?
He shrugs. He says, I I do not know.
Hmm.
These are only rumors. And sort of gives a knowing smile and turns to walk back to
How did
town.
these rumors get here so fast? Hmm. All right. He walks back towards the town.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't have enough gold. Okay, I make for Ashenholt on foot.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So you leave this small, nameless town behind
Mm-hmm.
and travel north along the road.
Yeah. And we're
Um,
about at our next breaking point.
yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and take a break now.
Take a break now, and when we come back, we will see Qualnir hopefully loot all of Ashenholt and become very wealthy, or
Fair enough.
die, or something. Maybe Storm will catch him. Anyway, we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Bye bye.